Hey, this is Dave Loves Comics Man coming from you with a video about the Suicide Squad. And I didn't even do a review of it, but I'll do it real quick. It's a James Gunn film. If you use the Guardians of the Galaxy, you want to see what was rated R, Slither and Super and horror, gore, sex, and all the misfits and all the, abandoned people. We are superheroes. We rise up. Every James Gunn film seems to have, a happy ending at the end of it. And you go through all this craziness to say, hey, we can do it together. I think the film it was good, great popcorn. The box office is not, it's not tearing up the charts, but it's Delta, it's a Delta virus. It's a pandemic going on. So any movie that gives you some type of enjoyment, I think that it's well worth the effort. Now, hopefully, by the time the next film come out, the focus of this video, Suicide 2 or 3, whatever you want to call it, maybe this epidemic be up. Hopefully, Guy Wood will be wearing a mask and we can count more on it. We're going to bring more people to the table. I think a lot of DC fans and a lot of, Zack Snyder fans and a whole bunch of other folks kind of walked away from it, kind of, not giving it full props for whatever reason, but justified. Everybody got their own reason why we can't make everybody to the table. But I think if you want to invite more folks to the table, the box office, like I say, the box office is okay. But the next round, if DC got to do it, they got to come with some power hitters. They gotta have some names that people are familiar with. It's fun to go through Wikipedia and like, well, who was Ratcatcher? Or, oh man, who was Bloodsport? And, and I think that's all great. All of the actors, Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, Ratcatcher. I mean, all of them did their job, brought it to the table, which is great. But now let's get the same caliber of actors and characters that we are a little bit somewhat familiar with. And first of all, especially Suicide Squad, I want some more core members of the legacy of the characters. I don't want someone who was Suicide Squad for 1 or 2 comics, because the legacy and stories to dive on through, and I've seen 4 or 5 different versions of Suicide Squad. This film, there's some major changes, but now with the second one, if they redo it again, Bronze Tiger, the African-American martial artist experts, but his tension with Amanda Waller was absolutely fascinating comic books. Killer Frost. They need to put her in the mix as well. So between those two, I would like one or both of them added to the mix, and not worried about bombs in the head, but just stick around, add a little attention to it. Then my dream cast and my other viewpoint, and this has been members of Suicide Squad as well. Not as much as, the first 2 I named, but I think it's time they need to Deathstroke. I know he's a little bit similar to Bloodsport and, in Deadshot before, but Deathstroke is famously known. He's on from the Titans, from the Arrow to the Teen Titans cartoon, Slade Wilson. He is all up in there. They got an actor say he's from the Snyder universe. I know in a weird way, this Suicide Squad is in his own pocket world and it's kind of ignoring other stuff, but you know what? Let's multi-universe of it. Just have him walk on and just be who he is. You got the actor already ready to play it, and I think would be some excitement to it. I think they need to bring the Deathstroke in there. And then next of all, Poison Ivy. What movie is Poison Ivy going to be in? What introduction? Just as the last time she made a movie appearance, 1997, Uma Thurman, she was working with a crazy scientist, got splashed on with the powers. Even in the comics, she's working with scientific teams. It could be in Star Labs by accident, and it just heightened her up. That can be another. Because Poison Ivy is in the comics and from on is like connected to the Swamp Thing, to the godlike powers. Just have her go mad and crazy, and then in the midst of it, it could be the start of a love story between Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Right now, from the Batman animated, Paul Dini says he always expects them to be a couple. In the animated show that Harley Quinn is out on HBO Max is happening, the comics is happening. Let's bring it on to the table, because I don't see Harley Quinn getting a solo movie. Birds of Prey was, it did decent, but I don't think no one's screaming about Birds of Prey Part 2. So let it be in a Suicide Squad, and Poison Ivy was a Suicide Squad member for a short time. Bring all the pieces together, because Marvel is coming up. It's a whole new different rant, but Marvel's coming up with this Thunderbolts, which in a weird way, and I never sat down and thought about it, is their version of the Suicide Squad. villains trying to be heroes in disguise. And I mean, with the, and that's a whole different story. But Marvel, don't take the fire from the Suicide Squad. Come back. You got the pieces there, put them all together. And let's do it, So like I say, the Suicide Squad, it was well done, put together, man. I had no, heartbeat with it, and was well done. I mean, wonderful job. But, I like some connectiveness. I like some tissues in it. And like I say, nothing has really beat the animated films. And it's weird because the pieces is right there. But like I say, they got to add it on up to it. And that is it for today. So that is my